Hey, David from davidwygant.com. Let's talk about long distance relationships. Today I'm going to tell you 6 tips. 6 tips to a healthy, hearty, long distance relationship. Now, for those of you that live in like farmland country, or for those of you that feel like there's not enough talent in your small little pool, a lot of you will basically go outside the box and start dating long distance. Now, long distance has lots of issues. So let's talk how to keep it healthy and happy. Number 1, okay, meet as fast as possible. The minute you feel chemistry with Mr. or Mrs. Long Distance, you need to go and literally get an airplane ticket. That's right, airplanes were invented, so that way long distance becomes short distance. Train rides are great, but you need to see each other. You see, the flirting is really wonderful, but a lot of these people like to have cyber affairs and basically take women for a ride. I've seen that many times before, married men who basically need some jerk-off material and they basically go and they flirt with a woman online, or there's just, a lonely person out there who really never really wants to meet somebody, but they like to have this mental affair, this mental fling. They feel like they have a girlfriend or an imaginary girlfriend. So one of the things you need to do is you need to see it. If you have a man that's courting you from afar, you need to make sure that he is literally sending you that plane ticket within 2 weeks or meeting somewhere. Otherwise, it's just some fantasy and you're dealing with a married guy or dealing with a guy that just wants to play with your brain because he just needs that attention. Which leads us to number 2. Number 2, when you go somewhere, if you're going to meet a man, I know, separate hotel rooms sound really great, but let's face the facts, we're adults, okay? And a man is flying you in and you're an adult, so separate hotel rooms just doesn't really work. So you need to do something that I call the hotel room preparation, which leads us to number 3. What is the hotel preparation? Well, thank you for asking. The hotel preparation is very, very simple. Get on Skype, get on Facebook, get on, you get on your iPhone and do lots of FaceTime. Lots of FaceTime. Go off on each other via FaceTime. Look at one another, feel his energy, build the trust around it. Have him take you around his house so you can see if he's hiding something like a wife or maybe his, mother, upstairs in the attic like Norman Bates. You need to find out whether or not this guy is trustworthy. So literally have him take you around with the phone. Have him FaceTime him at the office one day. FaceTime him in the car. Get a look into his life. Really super, super important, because it goes back to number 2, which leads us to number 4. A long distance relationship predicates really great sex that you have together. So the fact of the matter is you need to build each other up sexually via texting, via FaceTime. I don't care if you're going to do mutual masturbation via Skype or mutual masturbation via FaceTime, but you need to be able to explore the sexuality between the two of you ahead of time, because it builds up that tension and makes it all exciting. And it's a lot of fun, and it also hooks a man. There's nothing that turns a man on more than knowing that a woman is masturbating to the sound of his voice, or literally masturbating to his beautiful, beautiful face. Hi, how you doing? His beautiful face on Skype or FaceTime, which leads us to number 5. After this rendezvous weekend on how to make this long distance relationship work, you need to make it a regular basis. And which leads us to that thing. You can't go date some guy, okay, that's got 3 kids and he lives in Iowa and you're never gonna move to Iowa. So immediately, do not date that guy right off the bat. The guy has to have the same type of lifestyle as you. He's got to be willing to move. These are conversations that you need to have in the get-go, because if it escalates and you have sex and you do all these fun things, then you're going to want to have a long-term relationship with that person. So make sure your viewpoints are really well aligned, which leads us to number 6. Have a plan. Have a direct plan. Okay, you're going to go once every 2 weeks to his place. He's going to come to you. I think you need to see each other at least 1 weekend a month, preferably 2 weekends a month. That way the relationship can absolutely flourish. Not only that, you need to, within the first 6 months, spend at least 2 weeks together. Take a vacation together or have him come and visit you, because you need to see this man on a daily basis. If you don't see each other on a daily basis, he's just putting on his vacation face. And most people can behave over the course of a weekend, but actually going to Norman Bates' house for the week, you'll actually get to see if mom's upstairs in the attic, ruling everything that he does, and if Janet Leigh is in the shower and he's having some psycho scene on her. Anyway, for those of you that haven't seen the movie Psycho and you're too young, I certainly suggest you watch it, so the next time I make jokes in any of my videos, you understand my humor. Anyway, For you women who want to learn more and just date and understand men and understand what we're all about, I've got a free video right there in this big box down there. You go to that box, you click on that box, and it sends you somewhere, and you just go and you get this free video and you can learn all about men. For the rest of you, subscribe down below, and for those of you that think you're dating a Norman Bates, then you probably are. I'll see you soon.